right, everybody, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. We're just boiling down into our final few minutes here on the show. And again, asanteni sana to all of you who have been part of the show. Thank you so much for your company. It's so nice to know that I have you guys with me from 8 to 10 a.m. every single morning. Nawapenda sana na nashukuru. Chepewa Makali, asante sana. Hillary Mabwai, Cherry Soy, Joy Wangoi, Anna Kamburu, Lydia Waithera, Faith Jewel Kitur, Mshegi Joseph, Dixon Mutuma, Nyathi Afilo Reformed, Mrembo Mwangi, Eva Bisase, Clincha Kamau Mpenda Anasa, Japheth Ngeno, Ruth Kanini, Washeke Joyce, jamani mko wengi. Lovena Ronina, asanteni sana nyote kwa kuungana nasi asubuhi ya leo. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, let me introduce my final guest this hour and this show. His name is Johnston Mutunga Chumwa, and he's an author and a life coach. Now, let me tell you, this guy is a for real author. He's written 11 books?
Sure, correct.
11 books.
11.
And you still look like a young Turk. That's pretty amazing.
By the grace of God.
Good for you. But he's a Christian motivational and conference speaker, and some of his book titles include Glorious Living, Unleash the Excellency in You, Habits of Highly Productive People, the Setting Your Life on Fire, The Superman, The Greatest Parent on Earth. Man, I like these titles. And now, Heaven on Earth Marriage. And this is Wisdom That Makes Glorious Couples. And this is exactly what we're going to be talking about this Relationship Tuesday. Asante sana. You're based in Machakos, is that right?
Yeah.
All
But
right.
for now, we stay at Salama.
Okay.
Along Mombasa Road.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to have you here
SK
then.
Resort.
Great.
Yeah.
It's really good to have you here. And just before we dive into our conversation, there's a passage I want to read you, okay, from the intro of his book. And he says, a heaven on earth marriage requires skill. Skill in caring for the one you promise to cherish throughout life. A happy marriage does not come automatically. It's a process of learning each one's needs and being willing to sacrifice one's self to meet those needs. People initially marry someone thinking that he or she will make me happy, rather than going into a marriage with the attitude of making the other happy. Wow, what a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is work, isn't it?
Marriage is work. It takes work to make a successful marriage. But the moment you don't do the work, it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. It works through work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why I keep saying love it's a choice. It's not a feeling. Because you choose to give of yourself even when that person has wronged you. You choose to forgive even when you're the one on the right. Like you choose, you choose everything. You choose to love and to cherish. You choose not to cheat. You choose to provide. You choose to work hard. And so in many ways, the idea of love and marriage in our society has been so diluted with this idea of it's just feelings and how much money you bring me, We've really lost the big picture.
In marriage, we don't, actually, marriage is not sustained by love per se. Mm-hmm. It is commitment that sustains marriage. This person wrongs you, you are committed to them. This person is some behaviors you don't like, but you are committed to them as you work on the behaviors, because love is unconditional. But no matter you keeping them as husband and wife is not tied. It is not pegged to what they do. Yeah, you have committed forever.
I'm laughing, Johnston, because there's a very interesting comment here. Someone says, Joyce, heaven on earth marriage hakuna. It's hell on earth marriage. Nakuvumi. Exactly. Wacha nimalize comment. We need to call him down. Na kuvumiliana. I'm saying this because this person is actually coming from an Islamic family, and they've had this family friend who waited until she was 35, akaolewa na mwanaume ako na 40 years, just for 6 months, and then they divorced, and it really affected her up to date. It's been 2.5 years down the line, but she doesn't believe in marriage anymore because of that experience. And this is partly related to what we were previously talking about, how at some point, especially when you hit 30 and over, you know, hurt in relationships, like it really sinks in. So what would you say to this person who this has been a 6 months relationship, 2.5 years later, still bogged down in it? You know, is there any hope of reviving the idea of marriage for this person?
The beginning was wrong in the first place. The foundation was wrong. And I suspect that...
Why do you say that?
Because they are saying, are they both Muslims?
I don't know, but it's a family friend. The person who's written the comment is from an Islamic family, but the family friend. So let's assume the family friend is also Muslim, perhaps.
Marriage is not for endurance. Marriage is for enjoyment. You cannot say like, I'm here, I'm just enduring, I'm here for the kids, things are not working, but I'm just enduring being in marriage. No, you should be enjoying every bit of it. It is an atmosphere you create at home. You work on that atmosphere. But life can be so hard when you are enduring your marriage, when you are just there experiencing hardships throughout.
Right.
That is not marriage. That's marriage, a convenience, arrangement.
So what do you say to those people who they are having issues in their relationship? We don't know why, but there's kids in between, because a lot of people stay together because of the kids. And you're saying marriage should not just be about, staying together for the kids. It should be for enjoyment.
You can start on a clean slate. You can see a counselor. You need to know, is this thing working or is it not working? You need to be clear on that. Are we on a warpath? Are we really enjoying each other? And you see, if things are not working completely, they say it is hell. It is hell on earth. If it is hell, you can still bring heaven down, and you can still make things work. That is why if you can sit and talk and iron out your difference. But if you cannot sit and agree, marriage is about agreeing. Two cannot work together until they agree. You must agree. In marriage, there is a lot of marrying. You agree. Marrying as a verb it means to agree, to marry, to match. You must agree. Each day you agree. Each day you marry. So there are a lot of things to agree about. But if you can't agree on almost everything, then there's no point of you being together.
So what then do you mean by a heaven on earth marriage? Because the truth is, tumetoka backgrounds tofauti, familia zetu ni tofauti, my experiences are tofauti from yours. So does this mean that there are not going to be any issues?
Oh, that is why there is a topic about conflict resolution here. There will be issues, there will be challenges, there will be storms, but no problem. When they come, you will be ready to navigate. The Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. Without thy getting, get understanding. What you need is wisdom to know how to operate your marriage. You will face issues. It can be financial issues. It can be sex issues. It can be issues of infidelity. It can be conflict in marriage is created when couples don't when couples fail to meet each other's needs. That's where conflict comes in.
What's the difference between meeting needs and meeting expectations? Is there a difference?
Needs must be met, and they must be communicated clearly. And expectations, some of them can be unrealistic. You can be having some very unrealistic expectations. Like this guy, when you were courting, the guy promised to move mountains. and now he cannot even move until. I mean, he is just another lousy, casual Tom and Dick, and they are taking for a ride. So those are some of the things you need to come down to your level, to operate at your level. And am I being unrealistic in my expectations? You expect me to drive you in a big car, yet I cannot even afford a bicycle.
So what are the building blocks then for this heaven on earth marriage?
First, you need to start your marriage with a vision. Everything begins with a vision, Joyce. That is where you start. Why are you coming together in the first place? Then how will you manage your marriage? Vision. Number two, there is love and respect. I'm not giving the principles for heaven on earth marriage. Vision. Where there's no vision, people perish. People cast off restraint. There's no discipline for life. And then love and respect. A woman functions by love. A man functions by respect. When you respect a woman, your wife, you are creating an environment to make her what God made her to be. When you respect your husband, you are creating an environment to fulfill him as a man. Then communication. I've talked so much about communication. This thing about communication is a big elephant in many homes. And then I'm talking about submission, what it means for a wife to be submissive and to submit to one another. I'm talking about sex in marriage, family and finances, conflict resolution. I'm talking about parenting, Joyce. These are the things which make a marriage an enjoyable, heavenly experience. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so one of the other chapters in your book then is what you're calling designer sex. What do you mean by that?
Sex as God intended it to be. Oh, we have men in this world and women. You see, these days people are living as if being married is just another casual engagement, like you're in a social club. Being in a marriage is a very serious thing. It is so serious, God compares being in marriage to his church. It is that serious. And then we have men who are going out. There is no satisfaction in their marriages. The men are unfaithful, the women are unfaithful. Quite a big number. So
but isn't that part of the problem then with marriage today, that we don't have good examples of good marriages, of heaven on earth working marriages?
We don't have very many good examples, but we have remnants. We have people who are making their families work. I am really trusting God. I am one of them. I've said I will fight for the soul of marriages. We need to fight for the sanctity and sacredness of marriage, because there are women who are defrauding their men. There are men who are defrauding their wives, and they are going out, with girls, and you wonder, is this one really married, or does he know what he is into?
Right. Let me read some comments here. Daniel Kiswi on Facebook says, marriage is God's initiated and authored. We are on earth and live in heaven at the same time. Okay. Shazi Mungai says, no, I don't believe in that. If you want heaven, you make it yourself. This thing called goals are just people's imagination. You choose your man and make him what you want him to be. And she's responding to this conversation as far as, is there anything like heaven on earth marriage? And she's saying, I guess it doesn't exist. You have to work to make it what you want it to be.
That is what I'm saying. You create it. It's an environment you create.
Right.
Through
So my definition of a heaven on earth might be different from yours, because it's my definition.
God is the author of marriage. God authored marriage. And when we go by his mind, when we download God's mind on marriage, then we are on heaven.
Okay. And I guess Esther Thathi agrees with you, because she says marriage was made in heaven, right? And so you sound like you're also saying, no, it's not just about doing it the way you want. You're trying to say, follow the principles that the creator of this institution set.
Follow the author's manual.
That's the best way.
There's no other way. There cannot be any other way. Any other way will not work effectively as it's meant to be.
Okay. All right. Well, let me finally read one final comment as we wrap up.
Yeah.
Becky Stevens says, I agree with the author of that book. There are marriages that are nice only if God is at the center of the marriage. There's understanding, love, perseverance, and forgiveness. People say that marriages are not working, but I say couples should work on their marriages. Nihayo too. And she says, hashtag work on your marriages. Well, thank you so much, Becky Stevens, for that. Thank you to you as well, Johnston, for coming through. Very quickly, where can people find this?
I give these books, or I sell them when I go to speak.
Okay. Can people follow you on social media?
Oh, yes.
What is the handle?
Johnston Chumwa. Chumwa is Kyumwa.
Okay.
On FB, at Johnston Chumwa on Twitter. Yeah.
And how much is the book?
500 shillings only.
Okay.
Yeah, they can give me a call and then your copy will be delivered. They can give a call.
What's the number?
0725 064 659.
All right. So for 500 bob only, you can grab yourself a copy of Johnston Chumwa's book here, Heaven on Earth Marriage, Wisdom That Makes Glorious Couples. Asante sana again for your time.
Thank you for
coming through.
having me.
You're welcome.
On the fastest growing TV station in Kenya.
That's right.
What a station.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. As we get ready to wrap up, let me remind you guys that Aladdin is offering a 90% discount when you shop of their clothing or groceries online. And as our dear audience here on Switch TV, they're giving you an extra discount of 200 Kenya shillings when you use the coupon code SWH200. There's also a better deal where anyone who shops amounts totaling to 1,000 bob and above, you get a chance to actually pick an item that would be labeled 1 bob, and that could even include a phone. Your goods will be delivered to you within 48 hours of request. But I also have something else for you guys. For our super fans, it's a double treat for you. Switch TV is giving away tickets to watch Charlie's Angels this week and Frozen coming up next week. Stand a chance to win a ticket to watch these movies or at Anga Panari. And for a chance to win, all you need to do is follow Switch TV pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more details. And remember, if you watch the movies at Anga IMAX, Anga Sky, and Anga Diamond every Tuesday, you get 50% off all popcorn, all sizes. So makes for a really good date night, if you ask me. So go out and grab that deal. Let's do this again tomorrow, guys. Asanteni sana once again for all of your company, your feedback. Thank you guys for asking such great questions too. You've made the discussion very fruitful. Until tomorrow, have yourselves a blessed day, and remember to vote for us here. You know, we've been nominated for Kalasha Awards, and we can share more details about that tomorrow. Until then, God bless you. Ciao.